All right, good morning, Rockets. So what we're going to look at this morning is a little bit of segment addition postulate stuff. We're given like a length right here, a segment from H to F, and we're given that is 10 units long. Now part of that is 1 unit right here. So the segment addition postulate says that if I have 2 parts of a segment, or if I have 2 segments, when I add them together, they combine to give the length of the fuller segment. So in other words, like segment HG plus segment GF equals the length from segment HF. So something right here plus 1 equals 10. Okay, so I just got to find this missing distance right here. Okay, so let's think of if you were taking a drive, you were driving your car from this point right here to this is a destination. And you know that the entire trip is going to be a 10-mile trip. You left your house, you drove about a mile, and you stopped for gas. How many more miles have you got to go until you get there? Okay, you've gone 1 mile out of 10, so you take that 1 mile out of the 10 and you're left with 9. So we usually can solve these by just subtracting. The full length minus this partial length is going to give us this other partial. 10 minus 1 equals 9. So I'm going to write that out. 10 minus 1. 10, because it's the full length, minus 1 minus the given part is going to give us the other part. So HG equals 9. Then we can see it there. If I add 9 plus 1, that's going to equal 10. Okay, number 2 is almost exactly the same. The only difference is that the full length is a different length now. Now instead of 10 miles, or the length of 10, now the length is 13. Okay, but we've gone 1. 13 minus 1 gives us that difference. It's 12. Now these 2 parts have to add up to equal the whole, because this is equal to the sum of its parts. 1 plus 12 equals 13. It does, so that's what we do. All right, so this length is 32. Here's 20 already taken out of it. So 32 minus 20 will give me the length from T to U, U to T. 20 plus what equals 32? 20 plus 12. Okay, and we can do that. 32 minus 20, and that equals 12. And 12 plus 20 equals 32. And last of the really simple ones like this, 30, I've gotten 14. I need to find how much more I have to add to get to 30. 30 minus 14 equals 16. So this length right here is 16. And 14 plus 16 does equal 30. All right, so we're going to go to something just slightly more complex. In this case, I'm trying to find this missing part right here. This is what I'm trying to find right here. This is the question mark right here. What is that? I know the whole length from I to L has to be 26. Now it's chopped into 3 parts. So imagine you had a trip to take, and that entire trip was a 26-mile trip. You went 9 miles, you stopped, you went 11 more miles. So how far have you gone so far? We can add up the 9 plus the 11, and we get 20. So all this together right here from I to K, that's 20, because 9 plus 11 is 20. What do I have to add to 20 to get to 26? I would need to add another 6. And we can do that by taking the original 26, and then we subtract the parts that we're given. Okay, we're given the 9 and the 11. So I'm going to subtract 9 plus 11. And that gives me 6. All right, this next one is even more complex. Now what I'm trying to find, it tells me to find HJ, which is this length right here from H to J. I've got part of that is 12. What I don't have is this part. And it's not so obvious. What I've got to do is I've got to use the fact that going from G to I is 7 units. Okay, so let's just look from G to I is 7 units. All this together is 7. Here's 2, so I can find the missing part right here. 7 minus 2 is 5. So this right here should be 5. And if this is, then I've got to find from H to J. Well, I just add those 2 parts. I add this part, this 5, plus that 12. 5 plus 12 equals 17. So HJ equals 17. And we'll have a couple more here. Okay, what I want to find is from E to C. All right, so it would be good if I could figure out just what E to D is. Okay, now they already have from here, from D to B is 30 units. And from E to B is 49 units. So I could figure out right here, this right here is 30. It's equal in length right here. So that's 30. Now I want to find the unit from E to D. Well, 49 minus the 30 gives me 19 right here. Okay, so now I can figure out this, because this part right here is 19. Now what I want to find is from E to C. So I'm only looking for that part right there, 19 plus 16, and I can just add 19 plus 16, and that gives me 35. EC equals 19 plus 16, which equals 35. It's a little bit trickier. And this last one we'll do. You know what? It's going to be the same thing. Same sort of math. They give me this full length is 49, but 31 of it equals this part right here. From here to here is 31, because it's just like that length right there. So this is 31. Then what is this length right here? 49 minus 31 gives me 18. And 18 plus 31 is 49. So I know this is 18. So I never had to calculate this distance right here. It's irrelevant, because all I'm finding is, all I'm solving for is this length right here from I to K. So that's going to be the 18 plus 12. 18 plus 12, which just happens to equal 30. So IK is 30 units. All right, that is the segment addition postulate that, you know, a segment's length is equal to the sum of its parts. Okay, and that's it. If you have any questions about that, let me know.